Hey everyone, welcome to the show. My name is Dave.
Hey, what's going on? I'm Mike.
Hi, I'm Ryan.
It's Ryan, everybody! Ryan from Camel City Blackouts. He's with us today.
What?
Oh, Mike and Ryan. Today we got a pretty good episode going on. I don't have much in the way of music news, but before we get into that, Mike, how you doing, bud? How's your week been?
Dude, I'm pretty good, man. How's my week been? Dude, nothing to report absolutely whatsoever. If you want to hear about how many Coronas I drank last night, I can tell you the number, but that's about it.
Oh, that's
a lot of Dr. McGillicuddy's shots, a lot of Coronas. Yeah, it was a rough night.
By the way, if you want to help support the podcast and help support Mike getting more McGillicuddy shots, we do have
support me.
We do have a link to our buymeacoffee.com/bitterheartspod where you can donate to the show. It'll go to helping costs and also to help Mike black out before most episodes. Ryan, how has your week been?
Hey, just the same as usual. Stupid.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Stupid. Yeah. Dude, life is fucking dumb.
Yeah, it's all the worst.
Right? Am I right?
Yeah, you are. So, again, like I said, we don't have much music news. I mean, there is I hate being a bummer, but there was a lot of deaths in music this week. And it's not fine with me. Joey Jordison from Slipknot died, which was
and their adults.
One of the biggest bummer that I've ever heard in my entire life. And then also the bass player from ZZ Top died as well. And it's just been a bad week. I don't want to talk about that because that's not what this podcast is about, but RIP to both of them. But Mike, what I do want to talk about, and Ryan, I guess, Ryan, I think you'll think this is pretty good. So I don't know if you know this, obviously not because no one talks about this, but me and Mike one day decided, what would a sequel to The Truman Show be like?
He'd be out and about.
And the
be Pornhub.
No, so the concept we came up with was that
he'd have severe PTSD from it.
So like traumatized, because you can't just assimilate into a society that you don't know what the society is actually like. So we decided that the show would start out with, or the movie would start out with him. I think it was him standing outside at night in the rain. The camera is focused just on him, and he's holding something, and it looks like maybe like a balloon string. And he says, "Good afternoon, good evening, and good night." And he pulls it, and it's a TV cord, and a TV comes down and crushes him and kills him. And then he died. And he dies, and it would go to like how
you might wonder how we got here.
Yeah,
like 1 week earlier.
It would be like a 1 week earlier, but that 1 week would be like from him leaving the show, like walking out of the. So it would be like a really dark comedy, almost like a Death to Smoochie kind of thing. But the reason why I bring this up is because I found a BuzzFeed article called 12 Little Details in the Truman Show That Deserve a Round of Applause.
All right.
And I want to know if you guys think they deserve a round of applause.
BuzzFeed told me so.
So the number one, the large black diamond ring on Truman's ring is a camera. Did you guys know that?
Oh, I might have known that. It's been a while since I've seen that movie.
The plot thickens.
All right, so number two is, I didn't know this, but the Truman Show, in a lot of the shots, you see vitamin D pills. The reason why is because he's not getting any actual sunlight. He's only getting artificial sunlight.
What?
My God.
Mind's blown, right? Mind's blown.
Yeah. Jesus.
My dick blew too.
So number three is there are arches throughout the city, like just above the streets, and they all read "Unus pro omnibus, omnis pro uno," which is
nice.
It just means one for all for one.
You just summoned Cthulhu, by the way.
And I nailed that, by the way. I know I nailed it. I definitely summoned the army of darkness. This is very much Ash reading from the Book of the Dead. Let's see. What else we got? We got when Truman is telling Marlin he thinks strange things are happening, Marlin is pretending to work stocking a vending machine, but when Truman turns away, he removes more candy bars because he doesn't have enough to finish the scene. That way, when he turns back, it still looks like he's working.
Oh, shit.
What the fuck?
Right. Yeah, right? Conspiracy theory is full on. In one scene, a street cleaner can be seen pretending to pick up trash and put it in his bag, but he's not picking up anything.
It's like a real street cleaner.
Yeah.
Dude, I swear to God,
paid by the hour.
You're not wrong.
I've gone through at least like 5 recycling bins in the past year because I swear to God, once they empty out my recycling bin, they fucking spike it on the ground like they're fucking Barry Sanders.
Trash man.
I used to put my recycling in like a tote that wasn't like a City of Dover like official recycling bin, and they would just recycle the whole thing. And it's
just the whole bin in with it.
It's like, that's not how that works. You can't do that. You can't just fucking recycle like this. Anyways, that's boring as fuck. But yeah, I got nothing. I got nothing as far as music news goes. There was one thing about Marilyn Manson saying that all of his terrible sexual assault claims, it's all a conspiracy theory. And it's not real. It's all just everyone trying to get him.
Yeah, because people would make that shit up.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Music news is just a bummer this week, and I don't want to talk about any of it. And I don't know I don't know what to do instead. What should we do?
I don't know what to do with my hands.
I don't know.
Oh shit! All right, Ryan's out.
All right, so all right, Ryan, you're in a band, right?
Sometimes, yeah.
So like maybe
on occasion.
What would it be like if the rest of the episode was just us interviewing you?
That would be wild, and I feel like we could become best friends.
Right. Well,
well, let's figure out. Let's wonder.
I kind of wonder. All right, and we are back now with Ryan Sizemore. Sizemore?
Yeah, that's me. You got it right.
Right. From Camel City Blackouts. How you doing, man?
Yeah, pretty good. You know, it's Saturday. Get my drink on, and yeah, shit's going good.
Yeah, what are you?
Oh, Yingling, nice.
I was gonna say that's perfect because my first question for you, was, what's your go-to shitty beer?
Oh, Yingling for sure. I'm drinking red wine today. Just because I was like, hey, I feel a little classy, and on here it says, is you 20? And it says yes, no, and then it says, bitch, I might be.
All right. So just straight class, full like through and through.
Yeah, I'm classed up today. I did it for you fellas.
God damn it, we gotta not have guests show us up immediately out the gate.
I just gotta say, if Bitter Hearts Podcast is anything, it is class. We all know that. Oh, well, it's good to have you on, man. I got a couple questions for you. I'm sure you've had a bunch of stupid, boring interview questions already thrown at your way, but I'm gonna do the same thing. So,
hey, no worries. I'm sure that you guys will throw questions that I don't even know about yet.
Well, I do a fun. Yeah, I do a fun little game to play once we get to the end of it. Only the reason why is
because fall started.
Yeah. No, it would have been fun if Derek was here. That's your bandmate, right?
Yeah. He was. I don't know. He's doing something somewhere. Maybe jerking off. I don't know.
That's a 100% fucking. I'd bet on that. But either way, there's a game that Dave has at the end, which is actually going to be better that he's not a part of this because he doesn't get to dispute. It's gonna. It'll make sense.
Yeah. The reason why I want to do this is because he's not here to defend himself against your answers.
Right.
And I want him to listen to this afterwards just so he can give you a bunch of shit. Or I guess maybe you'll be the bigger man and choose like what you really think. But we'll find out.
We'll see what happens. I mean, I'm just got started on this bottle, so I mean, who knows? By the time we get to the bottom of it, it could be different story.
Are you gonna finish? Are you gonna finish the bottle by the end of the interview?
I hope not, because I will be openly candid about stuff that you guys didn't even ask. And be like, why is he talking about this? And be like,
no, see, that's
Ryan,
fine.
Ryan, that's what we want.
And then
oh, shit.
we can edit that out, and then we can put it on like our Patreon or something like that, and people have to pay to hear the bullshit that you spout out.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I mean, hey, the day is young, fellas. The day is young.
Not
So
really.
we got
It's like 4:00 in the afternoon.
It's 3:45.
That's young that's young, Dave.
True.
What time? I was up at 5 a.m. last night. Like,
Oh shit.
four is young.
Wait, like up until or up at?
Until.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense. So I was like, "There's no way you're waking up at 5 a.m." All right, you want to get this interview on the road, so we're not
Yes,
wasting
Yeah,
time.
absolutely.
why not?
All right, I just want to start off by saying congrats on the new EP.
thank you.
I've listened to it like a billion times. For those of you who don't know, they released an EP this year called Wild Card.
Yep.
I said it like a question, but I was confident that's what it was. But on the off chance that I wasn't, I've listened to it a bunch of times. I mean, we posted about it on the Facebook page, I think, as well, just to try and help you guys out. My first question is more of a question statement. I feel like every day you guys are posting like new outlets that have either reviewed or like spun the like a couple songs off of it on their own podcast. What I want to know from you is, how's the reception been? How do you feel it's been? I know, like I said, people have been posting about it all the time, but like, what's the reception been from like fans and everything else?
So far, everybody's been really cool about it. I was really nervous about this release because the last one we released was earlier this year. It was called 13, and that had the song called Another Night on it. And that's been like our big song so far. And it was like, there's no way we're going to be able to top it. So we kind of went like in a different direction where it's a little more like, I don't know. It was just not as hard. It was a little more softer. The songs were, but the reception's been really good, which has been really surprising. Maybe even better than 13. So maybe I'm just an idiot and I don't know what people want. I don't know.
Well, I'm sure
I was just like-
it must be validating, like knowing that you put in all that hard work and like, even though you were questioning it, that people ended up loving it.
Yeah, it's really strange. I watch these rock docs from time to time, and then I hear all the you hear the artists and they're like, I don't know if this is going to be great or if it's going to suck or whatever. And then lo and behold, then it ends up being really good. So we're kind of in that same spot, but I'm always thinking like ahead. So I'm like, well, how the fuck are we going to top this? Like, we're screwed, you know?
Right. Yeah. Like as an artist, it's like so tough to be objective about it. Like, you it's all subjective. You're just like, how does this fucking compare to like what I just did? And especially when you come out with something like 13, which absolutely fucking rips, and then you're just like, shit, dude, I got it in me. Like, but
How do we top this?
right.
So we,
Yeah,
but,
it was,
oh, I'm so sorry. You continue.
go ahead. No.
All right. So we played a song off of 13 on the podcast at the beginning of the year as well. I forget what song it was. It wasn't that song, was it?
Could have been Angels. It
It-
probably was Angels. That was
Michael
first song.
knows.
It was Another Night.
Was it Another
Oh,
Night?
was it another?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Not the acoustic one.
yeah. And then I think I said that it reminded me a lot of Alkaline Trio. And then I saw in an interview you did that Alkaline Trio, Rancid, and there's another band that was like an influence on the music for that. And then you said your like, I think it was lyrical influence was what was it? It was like Tom Waits and something else, and I did not expect that answer. I think, was it Leonard Cohen? It was Leonard, Leonard Cohen and Tom Waits, and I was like, I never would have guessed.
That makes me feel so good.
I say Mike loves that, but I thought that was pretty wild. Like, but fuck, do I know? I can't write lyrics. I don't know. I don't even listen to Tom Waits. I just know.
Yeah, they're very like abstract and just like off the wall. Like it's very poetic and stuff like that. So sometimes I listen to like a shit ton of them to get like these crazy ideas, and then I'll write like some crazy song and then start formulating it into being like a real song. So
Right.
That's how I go about it sometimes. But Alkaline Trio and Rancid and Blink-182 were the other was the missing one. But yeah. We use them heavily. For me, I know Derek, he's big on NoFX and like Anti-Flag and stuff like that.
Well,
Oh shit.
Alkaline
So,
Trio,
like-
you can definitely hear in the influences. Like it is like almost like to a T. Not like a rip, but like you definitely wear that influence on your sleeve.
Oh yeah, 100%. I'm in love with Matt Skiba. You know, if I'm not gay, but I mean, you know, if I
Yeah,
could be,
but I mean,
it'd be Matt Skiba. You know,
Matt Skiba.
celebrity crush.
For me, it was always
what a
Rivers
handsome
Cuomo
man.
for some reason.
Rivers?
Yeah, I don't know why.
He wouldn't appreciate you though.
I'm thinking about like Blue album Rivers. Now he just kind of looks like my dad, kind of like he has like the same like lines in his face, and I don't.
Does your dad wear cowboy hats?
No, but he should.
Because Rivers does now.
I think he would look really good in a cowboy hat. Now that you bring it up.
Where did this podcast go? Like this whole interview is just going like some weird way now.
Oh no, we derailed. It happens.
Have you not listened to this show before?
I have, but I'm just thinking like, you know, the dad love. It's strong here. The dad love.
The dad love. Dude, I fucking love my dad.
Right? Mike's dad listens to the podcast. That's why whenever I say
absolutely he does.
If I bring up
my dad, what's up?
If I bring up any references about like things that we've done in the past, Mike's kind of like,
yeah,
that's not.
No, we'll edit that later.
Yeah. I think one of them was when you told everybody that there was like me being 17 years old and ecstasy being involved, so that wasn't great.
Oh yeah, we went to go see Newfound Glory. Yeah, don't worry about that. That's fine. All right, so moving on. Let's get back on track here. So you guys put out a full length in 2019, right? Is that what it was?
I think it was 2019. It might have been 2018.
Is there any chance at another full length? I've asked this question a few other guests, but if there isn't a chance of a new full length, is it because do you feel like the era of full lengths is kind of like gone and out the window, and it's more of like the market is more for like EPs and singles, like kind of pumped out continuously to stay relevant? Because people now are just like their attention span is done.
Like 5 seconds.
Yeah, it's like a goldfish. So any chance at a new full length, or like I said, do you think that like the full lengths are just kind of done now and it's more about EPs and singles?
Well, I mean, there's room for a full length. I think if we were signed, I think that would be a different story because, you know, and then at that point it's like, oh, well, this is kind of what your job is to do, like put out music. But right now, since we're kind of doing it ourselves, DIY, yeah, we're trying to stay relevant and constantly trying to put something out that people like, because it's hard to, you know, I don't know, like 3 songs, you put them out, they're quick, they're easy, you send them out, and then you can just record more songs and then throw them out there, and people are like, oh yeah, I remember this band, and then you have a different package and stuff like this, and it's like, oh yeah, that artwork's cool, this band, I forgot about them. So that's kind of what our thought process is. I kind of follow the Alkaline Trio. Whenever they first started out, you know, they released like a whole bunch of EPs and shit like that after God Damn It. And I was like, well, maybe we should follow that and see if that works out for us. And I think it kind of does work out for us because, I don't know, the songs, we can just get them knocked out real quick and have more concentration on them versus like a full length where you have like, you know, 10 plus songs or something like that. But yeah, I would like to do another full length again. But that would have to be if we were ever signed or anything like that, which nobody's knocking on our doors. So,
well, I'm sure,
dude,
like,
it's super fucking tough, man. Like it happens, but goddamn, is it rough?
Yeah, I told Fat Mike I sent him something. I was like, people, I think it was
too.
you guys. It was you guys. You guys compared us to the Happy Alkaline Trio.
Yeah.
And I sent him. I wrote, you know, you can send shit in. I was like, Bitter Hearts podcast said we were like the Happy Alkaline Trio. Here's our new EP 13.
Like the review on a back of a book instead of like News Weekly. It's just like Bitter Hearts Pod.
Please love us.
I really hope people use us as blurbs in their EPKs. Like, I really hope. Because first of all, we are not authorities on anything, and no one should take what we say.
I'm taking it to the bank. I'm taking it to the bank.
You know what? Fucking run with it. You gotta fake it till you make it, man.
I will say this. If Bitter Hearts Podcast is responsible for any band getting even just a little bit further in their career, whether it be like follows on their pages or like plays on Spotify, like I think we succeeded as a show.
Well, we would
Oh,
quit.
yeah,
We'd be done immediately. We'd just be like, all right, no, like before we do any more do any damage, like get the fuck out.
Well, I think you guys added us, so I mean that technically counts, right? So that's technically a follow.
I guess
Yeah.
technically
You guys
you're
did
right.
it! Congratulations!
I'll take it. I know I ran up a few plays on some people's Spotify's that we played, so I guess that counts. I
Yeah,
don't
it
know.
totally counts.
All right, Michael, do you got any questions? I feel like I've been rambling for. I mean, it's only been 12 minutes, but
It's only been 12 minutes. You have been rambling. Well, you did answer my other question. It was like, is it lyrics before the music, like writing wise? But like you said, doing like Leonard Cohen, influenced stuff. I feel like it is that the trajectory of it? Like music is kind of the secondary piece that's added onto it with the same importance, but you know what I mean?
I've done both ways. I've been bi about how I write songs, so it's like music, or it could be like lyrics.
I didn't catch what you just said until just now.
I was waiting. I was like, I'll just roll with it. Yeah, I think so. I have like a little journal, and I'll go in and I'll write just a bunch of bullshit and stuff like that, and then I'll try to craft that into like a song with chords and stuff like that. And a lot of times that'll fall flat on its face, and then I have to write like another song, and I'll come back to those lyrics and use it with this chord structure. So a lot of times it's the music first, then the lyrics, but then the music doesn't fit with the lyrics, or it's just not good, and then I will write another song and then use those lyrics. So I guess the lyrics come through first, but it's like going around your elbow to get to your asshole kind of.
Yeah, absolutely.
So-
No, I completely understand the fucking like copy and paste like aspect of doing things. It's like you have good ideas, like, and you just need to figure out like where they fucking belong. Sometimes they don't belong in even the same song.
So
Yeah, I feel like an idiot most of the time.
as someone who doesn't play as someone who doesn't play music or write lyrics like you two do, what I gather from that is that you write music or lyrics, and then you write a song to go with those lyrics, and if it doesn't work, you just scrap the whole thing and write a whole new one instead of making it fit.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
That is wild. That is so much work and effort and like emotion and time just to scrap it.
Oh man, that's the process. There's like a ton of songs that we probably have like I don't know. I don't want to say like 50 songs, but there's like a shit ton of songs where it's like we have out there, and it's like, oh yeah, what about this idea? Or what about that idea? I mean, on my phone, I just usually like save like ideas and stuff like that. Sometimes things pop in my head. I'm like, oh, grab my phone and sing into it, and whatever this melody is and these words are, or play something, and then.
Oh, is your voice memo section completely fucking littered, like with like 500 fucking entries, and and none of them are labeled?
No, I've actually started getting better at labeling. I did one today, and I was like, oh shit, gotta go name that one. Keep up with it.
I feel like Mike's speaking from experience on that one. Just a
yeah.
memo just full of.
Yeah, no, that's literally
There's-
it. Like,
there's
and then,
shame in that
and then
sigh.
and then you just like take like fucking like 5 hours to go through all of it and try to label it like after like post.
Oh yeah, it's a bitch to do that. But like I don't know if you're like the same way where you're like, oh wait, if you go back and far enough, you're like, well no, this song was like later, or this song was before, and you like scroll up, scroll back, be like, oh, I think it's somewhere in here.
It's somewhere in here. Where the fuck is it? When did I do that?
God damn, was this a dream?
Yeah, right. Oh, that hits so fucking close to home.
I feel like Mike feels personally attacked right now.
No. I'm happy. I'm
There's
not
that
alone.
one single tear coming down his face.
That was pretty much what I was looking for. I do have another one that I was gonna go off with. It doesn't really pertain to Camel City Blackouts really as like a band and what you guys are doing, but just like you guys and your dynamic. I was gonna say it's like. Oh, what was I gonna say about that? It's yeah, right. No,
Get your shit together, Mike.
Cutting you off. No more drinks. You're cut off.
Dude, I'm doing fine. So I always like to hear about when there's people in a band who like have musical interests that completely conflict with the other person's musical interests. Do you and Derek have anything like that? Is there one band or like one genre that like one of you really likes and one of you just cannot fucking stand?
Well, Derek used to be like a metal kid. I was always like a punk kid. So, I mean, my best friend, he was into metal, so I got some of that. But Derek's more into like, he loves punk rock now, but back in the day, I think he was more of a metalhead. So
Yeah.
I am not so much. So he'll be like, yo, man, I remember this band, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, yeah, cool.
I don't give a fuck, dude.
What about Rancid? Like, oh, yeah. And then that's whenever we were like, because that was one of the main bands whenever we first started out.
That was the common ground was Rancid.
Oh, yeah, that and the Murder Dolls. So I know Joey.
R.I.P. Joey.
Yeah, that was one of the bands. They were kind of like, I don't know, like the Misfits or something for us for the modern era. It's like that, just like
Right.
horror rock kind of thing that like the metalheads and like the punk kids were into. Sorry, I'm pouring wine right now.
No,
And
please.
those were like the bands that we gravitated towards. So sometimes we like go back and get nostalgic about it and stuff. But yeah, Derek was definitely more the metal guy, and I was the punk guy.
Murder
But now we're
Dolls.
kind of on the same.
I'm just gonna say Murder Dolls when you think of like Joey Jordison, I feel like not a lot of people think of Murder Dolls, and they were like an awesome like 80s hair metal band, and they had some they had some of the best lyrics I've ever heard in my entire life. What was it?
From here.
In 1976, 66, I nailed a GI Joe to a crucifix. Like such a good line. Like what? It was wild. All right, so before we get too deep down that hole, so you guys are a two-piece now.
Mm-hmm.
Have you always been a two-piece? I know you play guitar and sing. Derek plays bass and also does some vocals. So am I wrong to assume that when you record, it's just like a buddy filling in for the recordings and shows, or do like one of you play drums during recordings, and then when you play shows, like have a friend fill in? Like,
all right. So yeah, we for our first EP, we had somebody tiddly tapping on their computer because neither me or Derek can play drums at all. For our full length, we actually did have a drummer. We had a drummer who hung out with us for like 2 years, and we would play shows and shit like that. He ended up opening up a restaurant, and then that kind of dissolved. Yeah,
I don't know why that was so funny to me.
It reminds me of Against Me. Like Against Me, their drummer went and opened up like a taco bar or something like that, and
fucking 10 out of 10 would go.
Yeah. But our like relationship kind of dissolved, and we were like, hey, we kind of want to get out there and go again. And
because he was going places and you guys were just in a shitty punk band. Is that what happened?
Well, sort of. I mean, his restaurant ended up closing down.
I thought you were gonna say like it was like a 4 Michelin star restaurant or something like that.
Fucking.
Yeah, I mean, the food was really good. We did rep and support. But
Did you play shows
it was during coronavirus, so like shit, just like
oh no, dude,
yeah,
fucking COVID got him. God damn.
Oh yeah, it really did. And then for our last 2 EPs,
sounds like they had it coming. Sorry.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding.
I will.
Just
I will not comment. And we just kind of fell apart. And then our last 2 EPs, 13 and Wildcard, we've just had somebody beat on the keys.
So those are all programmed drums?
Mm-hmm.
I did not know that.
It's fucking
Isn't
fluid.
that wild? Well, the guy who does it is like records like a bunch of bands. There's this place called Sandwich Shop. It's Johnny Colson and Scotty Sandwich who have recorded us, and they've done like a bunch of bands. I don't know how big they are up there, but there's a band who's local called Wolves and Wolves and Wolves and Wolves. It's like 4 wolves. So you guys haven't heard of them?
No, but that definitely sounds like the name of a band that Dave would be like, have you heard of Wolves and Wolves and Wolves and Wolves? And I'd be like, fuck you, that's not a real band name, Dave.
They're really good. The vocals kind of remind me of Hot Water Music, so check them out.
It sounds like a band Colby would tell me about, because I remember one day he's like, have you ever heard the band PQ PQ PQ? And I was like, that's not a thing.
Go fuck yourself,
PQ
Colby.
PQ PQ does not exist. And he's like,
oh yeah, they do. Let me find them.
It's like, what was it? There was a band back in the day that was just 3 exclamation points, and it was called like Chick 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 or something like that. And I was like, that's not how you would pronounce that. That's just 3 exclamation points. What are you talking about?
The artist formerly known as Chick Chick Chick.
Chick, 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 chick.
Band names can get wild, and I love it.
Yeah, but sometimes it gets weird. Like it's like baby names, you know. Like
Oh yeah.
I work where I work. We see a lot of crazy names. Like some lady's name was like diarrhea, but it wasn't diarrhea. Like it's spelled like diarrhea.
Please tell me it was like Denise. I know
D Nice. It was D Nice.
It was D Nice spelt like diarrhea.
Diarrhea.
Oh.
The R's are N's.
Yeah.
It's like, what was that? Grimes and fucking Elon Musk had a kid, and it was basically like beta code. Like,
but you know what the fucking travesty
pretty
is?
sure it had
like
like an omega symbol in there somewhere.
No, someone like analyzed like what all those like fucking symbols meant, and I think like phonetically, it's like the name is fucking Kyle. Like, that's literally
Kyle.
like if
Monster Energy.
Yeah, for fucking real though. Like I think like if you look at all those symbols and you actually like look at what because they're a bunch of fucking nerds. If you piece it out together, like that's what it reads.
Well, I'm not.
God, it kills me.
I'm not 100% unconvinced that Grimes isn't just an actual robot that Elon Musk built. So, I mean,
there's a strong possibility.
It's like Umbrella Academy.
Yes, or like Umbrella the Corporation from Resident Evil. One of the two. But to piggyback off of that question, which I feel like we've already lost where we were.
The drummer?
Yeah, the drummer.
The drumming. Yeah.
Does not having a drummer, like, does it ever hinder like your writing process or like practices or anything like that? Like I'm sure you must have like some like at least simple beat made up when you're at practice, or is it just like, do you get what I'm trying to ask?
I sure the fuck don't.
What question is this?
I'm just saying, like, does not having a drummer, like, does that like when you're writing or practicing, does it ever like get you fucked up?
Hinder the writing process.
Rhythmically, I would say not having a drummer is probably will fuck us up because I'm very straightforward whenever I first write a song. It's just like, oh yeah, all the lyrics work with this rhythm, blah blah blah, and it's like just straightforward. But if we had like a drummer, or when we had a drummer, it was a little easier, and I found myself to be more likely to write songs in more of a harder way, I guess, like where it's more like instead of singing, it's more of like a gravelly kind of like. So some of our songs you'll notice like from our first full length, they're more there's more songs and there's more aggression to the vocal. But as we've gone on, there's less aggression to the vocal because we don't have a drummer. So there's whenever we play, it's usually like acoustically, and it's just like, you know, Derek will look at me and be like, that sucks, or something like that, as opposed to like having like a full band be like, all right, yeah, that sounds like that could fit. So yeah, it definitely kind of hinders, but at the same time, there's like another vein that we kind of swim in that's a little more difficult to write in, but at the same time, it's just kind of we've found a way to kind of work it. It just less songs going acoustically versus more songs electric.
Right. So you're saying like you kind of like focus in more on what you're doing individually, you know, rather than just like relying on a backbeat to be like, you know, it's like, shit, this sound. I mean, we got every part here, so it sounds like a band.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. There's nothing to like change it up or dice it up. I'm just like, and Derek's like, that sounds like it could be something. He's being nice. And he's like, because right before we recorded Wildcard, we were like throwing around songs, and he was like, that sucks. That needs to be shorter. And I was like so depressed. I was like, oh my God, what if we do it this way? It's like you're thinking on the fly, and you're like, I really thought this was going to be something good. And, you know, your culprit is like, nah, dude. That shit sucks.
That's when you just throw it on your guitar and be like, well, you fucking do it. You write a song.
Well, Derek, I trust in Derek. He's the peanut butter to my jelly, or vice versa. He has a better
adorable.
ear for that kind of shit. I write the songs, but he hears stuff. Like Derek is like, he's our business guy, pretty much. I do the social media, but Derek's like our business guy. He'll be like, "Nah, dude, this is trash," or
he takes care of the product and you promote it.
Yeah, I promote the shit out of it. I'm more of like I'm not going to say like the fun one, but like the person that's more like, more likely to be like, "Oh, yay!" And he's more like the realist who like
right.
keeps me grounded.
Dude, this shit is so fucking necessary though. Like,
it really is. We complement each other really well. And that's something that's kind of helped us out. The fact that two people are kind of different, but at the same time going for the same goal, and it just works perfectly for us.
That sounds familiar.
I was gonna say I'm more like the mayonnaise to your peanut butter, Dave.
Some people eat it though, right?
I don't think Mike has ever once shared the podcast to his Facebook page or his Instagram or anything of the sort. He has never tried to promote it once. I don't even think he's told his friends that he does a podcast. They don't know.
I've told my entire fucking work, which has like 50 employees, that I'm on a podcast.
We're from the city of Dover, New Hampshire. You know how many downloads we get from Dover, New Hampshire?
Probably one. It's Orlando. It's Orlando. I know it's Orlando.
I can pull up the exact statistics over our 50 episode arc.
No, it's my dad and Orlando. I guarantee it.
You want to? Let's find out. All right, we're gonna go on a journey real quick. We're gonna go on a journey.
We gotta return the ring.
Locations, all time, all episodes.
Dover's not a pop punk town, Dave. You know this. That's why you left.
77. There have been 77 downloads in Dover, New Hampshire.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good. Like, what are you talking about? That's fucking awesome.
That's like 2 or 1.5.
Philadelphia, where I live now, 345. And I don't even know these fuckers. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to everyone listening in Philadelphia. I should not have called you fuckers. I apologize. That's not a good way.
Philly's gonna come after you. Is that like something in Philly? They're like, "Hey man, I heard you call us
fuckers."
Well, again, this is like the fourth time we brought this up on the podcast. But you know the term "fuck around and find out."
Yeah.
Philadelphia is just find out. You don't need to fuck around. They'll just fight you for whatever. It doesn't even matter.
Those fuckers.
Well, that's what it is.
Love you, Philly.
That's why Will Smith got moved out to Bel Air.
Yeah, he found out. He did find out.
Yeah, he found out.
That's literally the story. The origin story of
How about how his life got turned upside down?
They fucked around and found out. That's exactly how it went.
Here's the story about how I found out.
All right. I'm closing in on my last two questions here, and then I got that fun little game, and then my chamber's empty. Michael, what do you got?
Well,
if you don't have a question, I do have a standing question while you figure out what you're gonna ask, Brian.
Well, I was gonna say, all right, go.
You done. You didn't talk in time. I'm talking now. Ryan, you said that you're a huge Matt Skiba fan.
Oh yeah.
What is your favorite Alkaline Trio or just Matt Skiba release?
Skiba.
The Heavens.
Skiba? I don't fucking know.
Yeah, you were like doing some of that bop dozy dozy bop bop.
Just scatting real quick. Just scatting.
If he's underwater, he's Matt Scuba.
Scuba Steve. Matt Scuba Steve.
Oh God.
No, The Heavens is like my favorite album, the Patent Pending album. I am absolutely so bummed that that band is not continuing. I that whole first album was like,
are you okay? You
just amazing. I cry myself to sleep numerous times a week to it. That was like my favorite. If I had to pick a favorite Alkaline Trio album, Good Morning is definitely like the big one. That was my introduction was Crimson, because of Fuse TV. I don't know if you guys remember that.
I remember Fuse TV.
Oh man, that was so huge for like all the punk rockers.
It was
And
way
I
better
guess
than fucking
metalheads,
MTV
too.
too.
Yeah. Like
Right.
they would play music, you know.
They would
That's
actually play
every time-
music, yeah.
Yeah.
I have Hulu, and like every time I look on like MTV, it's like ridiculousness or deliciousness or adorableness. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Hey man.
Somebody
What happened?
needs to
What
come
happened to the
back
glory
and-
days when they play fucking Boulevard of Broken Dreams on a loop for fucking 10
Yeah.
hours?
I used to wake up in the mornings and like before I go to like high school, I'd be like MTV, and then like that was like when Fall Back Down by Rancid was really big, and I remember like hearing the bass line to that as I was laying in bed, and I was like, oh my god, they're playing that song,
Oh,
and I like
Jesus
nearly
Christ.
shit myself.
What's the Rancid song that has? I mean, they all have killer bass lines, but I think the song I'm thinking of in particular is that song Detroit.
Oh, yeah, that was from their first album.
It's like, God, that was like my first band. Like we heard that, and we're just like, we need to start making music immediately.
Oh yeah, that is a really good bass line. That Hyena, Rats in the Hallway, those are all
Rats in the Hallway. Fuck, it's so good.
Yeah, fucking Matt Freeman's really good. I don't think that he can still play as quick as he used to because during coronavirus, he was trying to play the old stuff and he was just like all over the place. You could see him like chuckle and stuff whenever he like fucked up a little bit. I mean, he's still got it. Don't get me wrong, but I just think that he's not as quick as he used to be.
Full confession. I don't listen to Rancid. Never
What?
never have, never will.
Never?
Never have, never
Why?
will.
Why?
It's not my cup of tea. I think Tim
So you
Tom,
have
I
to
would've-
listen to him.
Tim,
but you,
Tim Armstrong, whatever his name is, don't
Yeah.
care for him as a person or for his music. I think his
Oh, you
vocals
got
are
that
annoying.
As a
And
person, what's wrong with him as a person?
Yeah,
I'm
what-
sure there's a
I
lot
don't-
of things wrong with him as a
No,
person.
well, I mean, we'll find out.
Mostly
I
just
think Lars is more of the problem.
I've heard actually, I've talked to people and they said that they met Tim. One guy. I met one guy, and he said that.
I only know one guy.
Numerous people.
I know one person. It was Derek. No, I'm kidding. But they saw Rancid or whatever, and they got to meet him or whatever. And the guy went immediately to Lars and was like, "Yo, man, what's up? You're so awesome!" And like Tim Armstrong looked a little defeated. And they've also heard. I don't know if I can share this, but I'm going to share it anyway.
This is the red wine talking. This is what I'm talking about. Fucking get it.
That I've heard through the grapevine that Tim Armstrong at shows doesn't really play his guitar, that Lars Fredrickson really does it all, and Tim just kind of runs around and like jumps around and shit like
That
that.
sounds about right.
Because he wears his guitar so low. I was like, how the fuck can you play that and wear your guitar so low? It's
Well, that was like,
how do you do it?
Mike, was it when we had to go see Paramore? Is that what it was? I went to some show and like the band was down on like the actual stage, and then above the stage in like risers, there was like two other guitar players and like someone else up top.
They weren't even hiding them. You know, you can do
No.
that from like behind the stage and no one can see you, right?
Well, I don't know
Yeah.
if they were just like rhythm or like additional like because when
Like-
when you record an album
like-
there might be like more ambiance, like there might be more sounds to the songs, stuff like that, and they might
Is it
be
like the
doing that,
pop
but-
punk equivalent of go-go dancers, just like extra guitar
But
players?
I wonder if that was like I don't know what it was.
Well, that's probably the case. That's probably because they're like,
Well, it's because
shoot me up. Let's get out there.
Paramore now is
Probably.
what it's like two people now.
Oh,
right?
you tell me.
I think it's like Haley Williams. I think that's the only one. My wife, she's huge on Paramore, and I think what the guitar and bass player, they were like brothers or whatever, and I think they got vetoed from the band.
Everyone got kicked.
Jeez.
The original lineup back when they were like on Fueled by Ramen, everyone got kicked out, and then basically Paramore is now just Haley Williams, the same way that Panic at the Disco is now just
Brenda Urie.
yeah, it's basically that same concept. Anyway,
Yeah.
I think we're losing sight of what this podcast is about and what's going on right now.
We're just talking. Man.
I thought we were getting right into the pocket, actually.
I know, but
That seems like way more like Better Hearts than whatever's happened else so far.
so the reason
Pop
why
punk worldwide.
Pop punk
Jeez,
worldwide.
worldwide.
oh yeah, by the way, I started a new podcast called Pop Punk
Fucking
Worldwide.
bump that shit, Dave. Bump it.
4 people have listened to it.
I wasn't one of them.
One of them was me twice.
So there's 2 other people.
There's
It's
2
not-
other people.
Well, I put out a
It was
pilot.
your dad.
I put out a
It was my
pilot.
dad in Orlando.
I put out a pilot episode just to gain like reactions to see how people like what I should change about it and what, because I think I do like maybe a total of 8 minutes of talking and the rest of it is music. And my talking is, I'm not good at solo podcasting. That is not my forte. I thrive around other people. And
you gotta bounce.
And I record them at 8 a.m, so I can't have a few beers and then like get all giggly and fun. So yeah, go listen to my new podcast, you dicks. All right, so so the reason why I asked about your favorite Alkaline Trio, or Matt Skiba is because I want to my favorite. Yes, I want to talk about me now. Is he did a split? It was just Matt Skiba and Kevin Seconds.
Yeah.
It is hands down one of the greatest Alkaline Trio Matt Skiba performances I've ever heard in my entire life. But I feel like it gets lost in the sauce. No one talks about it. No one talks about it in like the punk community as far as like 7 Seconds fans goes, and no one talks about it in the pop punk scene as far as like Matt Skiba goes. And I don't know why. Because
it's good.
Yeah, like he has that one line where it's like, "You blew my mind like a Colt 45 every time," and I fucking love that line. And I don't know why no one talks about this album. Why does no one talk about it?
So I can tell you, there's a song that we have called "Rooftops," and I use that. So the intro to the song that he does, then "Don't Cry, Start to Wonder Why." I can't remember what that song is, but. Rooftops, there's a song we have called Rooftops, and I used to go on my parents' back porch and play music, and I would play that song like at night, like after I got off work at like midnight or whatever. I just go out there and play songs, and that was the influence for the intro for Rooftops.
Really?
Yes.
Shit. Hey, look at
100%.
that. So people do listen to it. It's not.
Yeah. Oh no, that is great. Trying to think. So my first prom night did not go as I would hope. Like I didn't hook up with any chick or whatever. Nerd. And I remember going home, they dropped me off, and I was just defeated. And like my dad was drunk and asleep or whatever, and I was like knocking on the window, like, "Dad, let me in." And so eventually,
and he's like, "You should be getting pussy right now, you fucking loser."
Pretty much, and that's not how it worked out. So I remember listening to that album that night and being like, from Good Fucking Bye. What is the other one? He covered Kevin Seconds. What was that song? Soul to Keep. And that whole album is really good. And it also shows like, I think there's like this ambience and like romanticism about that album that's just great. But yeah, definitely the one that you were talking about that we did for Rooftops, that was my favorite from that album.
There's also, I hope I'm getting this right, but there was a Alkaline Trio Hot Water Music split, but it was Alkaline Trio playing Hot Water Music songs and Hot Water Music playing Alkaline Trio songs.
I'm just gonna interject here. What about the Rancid No Effects split?
Oh yeah,
dude, so good. The Longest Line. Oh my fucking god. But yeah,
I don't know
Rancid fans here.
I don't know this. Talk about things that I know. This is my goddamn show.
Well, I will say.
So, Dave, how about that new Title Fight, Dave?
I hate Title Fight after Floral Green.
What?
Floral Green is a terrible album. All right, so let's get back to actual questions, and then maybe we'll take a pee break because I really do have to pee. Coming from North Carolina, what's the punk scene like there? And do you think you found your place in it as far as like where your band stands? Oh, that face says it all. That face says it all.
They're all in Asheville.
Well, we do have a lot of people in Asheville that are like hippies. There's like drum circles and shit like that.
Yeah.
They could be crust punks. They do that.
They could be crust punks.
There's a lot of crust punk buskers. A lot of punk, you know?
Yeah, there's a lot
trust
of
fund kids.
Venmo fucking
trust punk kids.
Trust punk kids.
No, so for North Carolina in general, I think that we're starting to find our niche because I think people have found out about us by like you guys, And
don't pander. That's not a good
I
look.
am
All
not
right,
pandering.
don't do that.
I wrote Fat Mike and I said Happy Alkaline Trio.
Because you are and I feel like Mike fought me on that when I said Happy Alkaline Trio. I feel like Mike, you fought me.
Well, because
on
it's
that.
not necessarily happy.
It's just
is. It's just not as morose as Alkaline Trio gets.
You guys were like, yeah, I can hear that on Tony Hawk, and I was like, oh yeah. My wife was like in the shower, was like, hey babe, check this out.
I am so happy I got you and your wife to you did be like to your wife, like, dude, we're really fucking good. Did you know that?
I was like, check.
Dude, I'm so fucking happy. That's awesome.
But for what was the question again? Sorry, I've been drinking a little wine. I'm terrible. Is this
dude? I fucking love 2 glasses of wine, Ryan.
Right?
1 glass of wine, Ryan, was good, but like this is fantastic.
Yeah, it doesn't take much. I really haven't eaten much today.
Oh, what the fuck did you eat?
That we're going to later today.
I had cheese and crackers, so it's
What kind of food's gonna be at the party?
I'm actually a pescatarian, so they better have fucking salmon. But I'm sure it'll be like hamburgers and hot dogs and shit like that.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
The hot dogs could contain salmon. Who knows what the fuck are in them?
Yeah, but I mean,
just
there's
imagine.
also other stuff. There's like dog dick or whatever, sheep skin. Like, I don't know. They put all sorts of shit in there.
Can I get the sheep skin dog dick burger, please?
This has got fur on it.
So
I'll eat it either way.
Pennsylvania has this stuff called scrapple. And it's basically all the stuff that I don't think they're legally allowed to put in like hot dogs. And it's like this fucking cube of just meat paste. And it's actually really good.
Good. If you don't know what's in it, yeah, I bet it's good. You just put like some sweet shit on it.
Dude, I learned to stop asking questions. Like if I don't know what's going on around me, I'm having a blast at all times. It's all
the less you know, the more.
Right? And what they say, ignorance is bliss.
Oh yeah, that's totally one of that. That hot dogs, you know.
There couldn't be
hot dogs
a
are
more
bliss.
like truthful statement when it comes to just basically living your life. If you just don't know, like fuck, dude, the world
You're eating cat food.
The world is full of wonders.
Wait, what do they call hot dogs? Glizzies? Like, is that like a thing?
Who?
I've heard about that.
Glizzies.
Some call it, I don't know. I don't know what part of the world.
Glizzies?
That's like a fucking thing. Like they call them that. I think it might be Chicago or some shit.
I
don't know.
I hate that with so much.
Fuck
regardless.
Chicago and your Glizzies.
Yeah.
I love Chicago, but fuck Glizzies.
Chicago fucking rules.
It does. Alkaline Trio, right?
Well, of course. Fucking dude, you got Jack White, man. What are you gonna do about that?
All right. So I got one more question for you. It's not really a question. I guess it's more. Actually, it is a question. Fuck me. All right. So to follow up on the last question I asked about the punk scene in North Carolina, are there any bands local to you that you want to shout out? You think more people should be into?
Oh yeah, for sure. There is a band called Orphan Riot that is
That's the best fucking name. God.
Such a good name. All right, sorry, continue.
They had a drummer at one point. I think they don't have a drummer right now, or they're in the middle and with drummers. And they're the youngest punk rock band in North Carolina.
Okay.
That's like their tag. Wolves and wolves and wolves and wolves.
Yeah. No, right. That's 100% gonna be checked out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the 4 wolves.
Orphan Riot and 4 wolves.
4 times.
4 times. 4. Count them 4.
And there is this band. I'm horrible at saying names and reading names. I can't read. I'm illiterate.
It happens.
Harriet, the band. They're also some friends of us. There is Harriet, the band.
Harriet, the band. Okay.
Harriet. And then I don't know if they go by Fall Victim, but that's another band. They recently got a new singer. It's a girl singer. So.
But you don't know if they go by that name?
I don't know if they go by that name. They just replaced their singer.
So they
it's
a
amorphous
got
project.
mad at us, so they got rid of him, and now
Wait, the singer of this band got mad at you, so they fired the singer. Honestly, I do the same. If anyone is mad at Ryan Sizemore, I am fucking firing them immediately.
Wait, do you have that much? Do you have that much clout in the scene that if
I don't think I have that much clout,
if
but
someone
at the
fucks
same
with you,
time,
they're like, no, out, get.
they were like, hey, there's a friend of mine whose name is Tim who plays in that band, and I started going through Instagram and like adding their people because he's like, hey, we should play a show sometime together. I was like, oh, okay, cool. So I'll add your people so they kind of have a feel for what we are. And then their lead singer was like, hey, fuck you. You've been adding our families and shit like that. And I was like, I don't know about all that because I just went through and added people on Instagram because it's a free country. And
what?
he really got upset with me. There's also somebody who also got mad at us. I won't say their name, but there's an Instagram people who got upset with us. It's really weird.
It's the
we are
internet.
not
Who the fuck
egotistical.
cares?
Yeah, we're not egotistical at all. So I'm very much like, hey, I'll go add all these things and just like see what happens. And like, I mean, to be honest, it's just me and Derek who work our social media. So we can't get back to you in time and we can't get back to everybody. I mean, there's a bunch of stuff that we're reaching out, but we also have like full-time day jobs. It isn't like this is our only thing. So if people think that we're ghosting them, we're not ghosting them.
You don't only play music full time?
Yeah, wild, right? And it's just like, oh shit, okay, I'm sorry. Like, please give us a moment to like do life first. But some people are really cool. There's actually a drummer that we're talking to who may come play with us. But I mean, he was very cool. We have something out on Bandmix. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that website, but it's like where you like pretty much meet people to fuck. And
but it's called Bandmix, and you do that?
No, you don't fuck them.
To like
you
fuck
like
over?
come play shows. And there's some guy named Christian. He's been really cool with us. He was like, hey, I want to scream and do this and that. And I was like, oh, that's not really what we're doing. But
he's like DJ Khaled, like,
cool.
hey, can I scream over your track real quick?
Real quick, can I just yell?
Yell. So like, yeah, I mean, it didn't add anything to the song, but you know,
it's just crazy. I don't know. Some people seem like they have egos. Like me and Derek, we do not have egos. We're just very much like silly fuckers. And
that sounds like something with an ego would say.
Yeah, doesn't it? So we're just silly ego fuckers. And I don't know. People will just get bent out of shape about stuff, and I'm just like, come on, dude, get over yourself. But yeah, that's what we've ran into in the past couple of months. So,
well, hey, those are growing pains. I feel like you're gonna meet a lot of people who are just, can go suck a lemon. So,
no, I suck a dick.
I love how Mike says "suck a lemon" and you just go straight for "suck a dick." You fucking dick.
Hey, I just gotta be honest, man. I mean, I'm in my third glass right now, so I just
fuck yeah, third glass, Ryan.
We got
It's
three.
funny that you guys are picking up on this because my friends give me shit about that. I'm like, hey, you're a lightweight. I'm
we
like,
got three drink Ryan in the house.
I just drank this tall boy and I'm feeling tipsy.
All right.
No, I'm fun.
All right, Mike, you got one more question before we go into this game?
Shit, yeah, because I feel like this would probably be my last opportunity to ask the question.
Hey, ask as many questions you want.
Well, we'll see. I was gonna say, what's the best show you've ever been to? I really want to know. Like, what is the best
concert-wise?
Concert, show, whatever have you.
Dave had to pee again. So my second favorite concert, I will say, is Tom Petty. I got to see him before he passed away, and I absolutely love Tom Petty. It was definitely during my stoner days that I was like,
oh, Jesus Christ.
Tom Petty! So Tom Petty's my second. My first is the Addicts.
You saw the Addicts?
Oh yeah,
dude,
they came to a place called Tremont, North Carolina, or Tremont. Used to be, because all these venues are closing. They came and played, and I was just like,
dude, Joker in the Pack. God damn,
yeah, all
I
of the
love
songs.
that band so much.
Oh, they were great. Everybody got a souvenir. So Monkey comes out. That's the lead singer, and he's throwing
Is it a
out
bad
shit.
taste in your mouth because the Addicts suck?
No, you suck.
I'm so sorry.
Continue.
Continue. I'm just being a dick. I'm so sorry. Continue.
Evil a revolution, bro.
If you guys haven't gathered
Who
this by
spilled
now,
my beer, bro?
if you
You don't like who spilled my beer, bro?
I don't like music. If you guys haven't guessed yet, music is not my forte. But anyways, continue. Don't mind me.
Pop
You
Punk
listen to
Worldwide.
Coldplay, don't you? My God.
Pop Punk Worldwide, baby.
No, the Addicts were the best because everybody got like a souvenir. Somebody threw a beer at Pete D, who's their guitar player, and I don't know, they were just really nice. I got their set list because I guess I was in the front
Because you found it on the
row, and I
ground
was
because
just like,
someone threw it in the trash.
I would just sing the lyrics and stuff like that, and
Yes.
the people gave us the set list, the stagehands or whatever. And then I remember walking to my car and I was looking at my friend Randy and I was like, Randy, I want to go meet the Addicts. So we ended up going back and meeting them. And Pete D was just so cool. And Monkey was very quiet for like a lead singer.
He seems like he might be that kind of dude.
Extremely nice. And I remember he asked me the same question. I was like, this is my favorite show that I've been to. And he's like, well, what's your second? I was like, Tom Petty. He's like, Tom Petty. I love Tom Petty. And I just always remember that. They were so cool. Like, and I asked him about the guy that threw the beer. And I was like, oh, fuck that guy. Like, who cares?
Dude, just let it roll off their fucking backs. Because they used to play like English clubs in like the fucking early like 80s, like late 70s.
I'm sure that should happen consistently.
They're so used to fucking beer bottles and spit and fucking just gross.
They
gross
were
shit.
absolutely the best. They played all the hits and stuff, and they just put on a really good show. I would advise anybody to go see the Addicts.
I'm jealous as fuck. I don't know if they're still doing stuff, but I know like the Damned is still doing tours. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's neat.
Yeah. Like
Neat.
neat. Nice. Yeah. No. That's the best answer I could have hoped for. Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
All right.
You're welcome.
Dave.
I have seen Alkaline Trio, and I will say they're a solid third.
Solid third.
I've seen it a few
Because like
times. It's all
we
right.
were talking about Alkaline Trio, and like my favorite album is From Here to Infirmary. Like I fucking live and die by that album. But I've never seen them live. But you're saying it like kind of lacks a little something when they're playing live, since it's.
I don't think it lacks something. Since like Monkey was like the lead singer, and that's all he did. He was just like choking on the mic the whole time.
Yeah.
He was able to like throw stuff out into the crowd and stuff like that, and that's what made it like more interesting. And everybody could take like a souvenir and be like, "Hey, I got this card that he threw out to me," or like this beach ball or whatever. And that's what made it fun. And I think that's what bands lack nowadays. Is
showmanship and
showmanship and the ability, like even like the metal scene. You have like that one guitar player, it's like,
oh god.
or like the bass player who is like,
for anybody who
player wrote his riffs.
I don't know. I did see Dragon Force one time, and it is hands down for everyone who like for a band that everyone plays an instrument in. It was one of the better live shows I've ever seen, even though the singer couldn't like do like cool shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I mean, sometimes if you're playing something really technical, it's hard. But we met the Addicts afterwards, so I mean that also made it real
instantly way fucking cooler. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And especially 100%. When you find out they're like cool fucking dudes. Yeah. Good. Yeah.
All
fucking.
Right. Are you guys ready to play a game? Mike, you're not included in this, obviously, because whatever.
Are you ready to play a game?
I'm just gonna make. I'm just gonna make witty observations from the side.
All right, Ryan. So with Derek not here to defend himself against what your
Perfect.
what your answers are going to be, I want to play this game that I came up with literally 10 minutes before we decided to interview you.
Oh God!
So what?
I just took a picture of us so I could share it on social media.
That's fine.
That's a great idea. I'm gonna do the same fucking thing.
For the first time in your entire life, you're gonna share something on social media about the show. Cool. Anyway, so the name of the game that I have come up with is called Famous Duos.
Okay.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give you a duo, and I want you to tell me which one you think you would be.
Thank you, Ryan.
And obviously, who you don't choose is gonna be who Derek is.
Okay. Okay.
All right. So I got 10 duos that I'm gonna read off.
Oh shit! No, this game's gonna go for a minute, eh?
And then you tell me who you think you would be, and you can answer honestly, or you can give us the answer that you think Derek will get mad at when he listens to the show. I don't care.
I'm 3-drink Ryan. It's gonna be honesty, man.
I'm like 5 beer deep, Dave. I should pause the episode and get a 6th one, but I don't want to leave the podcast again.
Because you don't want to miss a thing like Aerosmith.
Just like that. It's exactly that.
He doesn't.
Actually, you know what? You two talk amongst yourselves real quick. I'm gonna grab a beer. This is how we're gonna do this. I'm not even gonna pause the episode. Just talk amongst yourselves.
How far away is your kitchen? You live in Philadelphia. Like, how big is your apartment?
You gotta walk all the way to New Hampshire.
Let's this way. I got 4 blocks, which means there's like 3 stop signs in between, and then so it's probably gonna be at least 10 seconds. I'm literally looking at my kitchen right now.
Yeah, I know.
We can just sit and stare at each other.
You know what?
You know what? I'm into that.
I'm leaving all this in. Shut the fuck up. Give me a minute.
He's got some gorgeous baby blues.
So you said you like From Here to Infirmary. What was your favorite song from that album?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Armageddon might be like the top one. That's the one that Steamer Trunk too is so good.
Mm-hmm.
But
Did
like it starts out with the fucking banger Private Eye. Like,
yeah.
Holy
Did you see
shit.
their like what is it? Their past live albums, or like they had a DVD that they released?
No, I haven't watched that at all.
Well, that was really good, and I feel like you know, they played all their songs. They did all their discography or whatever. Well, not their whole discography because they didn't do anything from Remain.
Are you saying discography?
Yep. Discography.
I keep hearing. I heard discography, and I don't know if that's how it's pronounced. I'm sorry. I forget. We're talking to 3-drink Ryan. 3-drink Ryan's out of control. He doesn't give a fuck about anything.
He is a wild goose.
Right.
But they like blitzed through some of those albums, and I was just like, you guys didn't really like those albums at all. Like Good Morning, that was like my favorite album, and I watched it and I was like, there was no love here.
No, they just broke through it.
I feel like that's when
I can totally understand that though. Like they have perpetually put out good fucking music, like to us, but to them, I can definitely tell that like maybe they just don't really care a lot about the old shit. Because
well, Matt's voice was fucked up during those albums during Good Morning.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, his songs like he had like acid reflux, drinking too much or whatever, shooting too many
got punched in the throat. Yeah.
Well, that's like when I went to go see. I don't know what you guys are talking about, but I feel like you're talking about speeding through like playing songs at live shows.
Oh, totally.
I went to go see. I've seen the Misfits like a million times, and
which ones?
All
which Misfits?
Don't worry about it because I'm pretty sure it gets a little dicey when I start going.
No, it was definitely Jerry only fronted.
I've seen that too.
I've seen Graves.
Oh,
you've seen Graves? I love Graves.
Yeah, but awesome. he's a Proud Boy Nazi.
Oh, he is a Proud Boy. I did an interview and they were like,
wait, you don't know about this, Michael?
You don't know about him in Proud Boy? He went and like did.
Oh yeah, he's a full-on Proud Boy Nazi.
About it.
Oh, full on.
He did some guy.
That's why I didn't want to say which ones I've seen, but I've seen Only and I've seen Graves. But they speed through their songs. I think the reason why is because they play for like an hour and a half, and they want to get through as many songs. They play it at least 2 times, maybe like 1.5 speed to get through it. And I mean, I didn't hate it because I love the Misfits. I'm
Jerry
sorry.
Only's he's a really nice guy. I've met him once.
Only is super nice.
Wait,
dude.
Who nice?
Jerry Only.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying Michael Graves.
I saw him with Des Cadena, which Black
oh shit!
Jack.
Yeah, of course.
But Des Cadena, I think that was shortly after he had like his cancer
I got
revealed.
Yeah, so he wasn't. Yeah,
I saw Danzig and Doyle play separately. Like they're at the same show, but then they combined together like at the very end of the set to play Misfit songs with Danzig and Doyle, and it was fucking amazing. And they played.
Doyle seems like a cool dude too.
They played with this band called Himza, which is like a metalcore band from like 2004. If any of you guys remember that band, probably not. Himza.
Yeah, I don't know.
no.
And it was the lineup was Himza, Behemoth.
Oh, Behemoth, yeah, I know
And
that.
I heard Behemoth puts on a fucking insane fucking live show.
I broke my coccyx at this show. If you know what that is.
You broke your ass?
I broke my ass.
You have 6 cocks?
I broke my coccyx, yes. 6 times.
I don't want to brag, but yes, I
snapped,
have 6 cocks.
It snapped in succession. All right, can we get back to this game? This is getting way off the rails. We're an hour into this podcast, and we haven't even recorded an intro or an outro yet, Michael.
I know. All right, let's fucking get down to the real meat and potatoes of the episode.
All right, so if for anyone who forgot what we were talking about in the past 10 minutes, this is a game where I'm going to ask Ryan who he thinks he is within these famous duos, leaving Derek to be the second half of these duos.
None the wiser until he listens to the episode.
Until he listens, because he can't defend himself. So I have 10 different duos. Some of them you might know. If not, I don't know how nerdy you are. I don't know how pop culture you are, how nerd, like video games.
I read the list. If you don't recognize all of these duos, then kindly go fuck yourself.
Yeah,
you should know.
Oh, I'll definitely go fuck myself. That's okay.
All right.
I've done that twice today,
So the first one I got for you is Han Solo or Chewbacca.
Ooh, well, Derek's taller than me, so Chewbacca. Because
so you'd be Han Solo.
I'm riding solo.
All right.
I'm riding solo.
Don't tell us who you think Derek would be. I want you to tell me who you think you would be.
Oh, I'd be Han Solo.
All right.
Perfect.
So I
think so too. So that's how this tracks.
The next one I got is Sherlock or Watson.
Ooh. Well, Derek's more. He's more keen on things that are like small details. So I think he would be Sherlock and I'd be Holmes.
Okay.
He'd be
Sherlock is Holmes.
All right.
You're thinking you.
Oh no, Watson.
So you'd be Watson.
Oh shit.
No.
Sherlock and 3-drink Brian. My God.
You got me too. No, you got me too. I said
so I would be Holmes and Derek would be Sherlock.
All right. The next one I got is left Twix or right Twix.
Oh, I'm a right-hander, so I'm gonna have to be right Twix. Derek's not a left-hander, but he's gonna defend for himself. He's good enough to do it.
All right.
No ambidextrous in the group. All right.
Number 4, we got Ash or Pikachu.
Well, I feel like my abilities unlock Derek's abilities. So I would say I'm Ash and he's my Pikachu.
He's in your Pokeball,
and I love him.
That's so sweet.
That's such a good answer. Batman or Robin?
Oh, I knew that one was coming.
Did you? It's pretty obvious.
Yeah, this is kind of like the Sherlock and Holmes, but I'm gonna say I'm Batman, and that he is my Robin.
Which Batman though? Michael Keaton, Christian Bale.
Oh, we're going
Christian
that
Bale.
Far into it? I did not expect
Christian
that.
Bale, dude. That was the best ones. The Christopher Nolan ones were the better.
Where is she?
Up until the third one.
I'm not wearing hockey pads.
Wait, can you guys
like role play?
All right, so this next one is we got Fry or Bender.
Ooh, I feel like I would be more of a bender because I feel like
Because you're
I
on
will
one
say
right now.
stuff.
Is that,
A little
is that
bit.
what's going on?
But I would be more likely to say some crazy shit than he would, and I will smoke a cigar. Fuck it.
Perfect.
All right, number 7, we got Wayne or Garth.
Ooh, so I feel like Garth has his heads in the clouds a little bit more. So I would say that I'd be Garth and Derek would be more of a Wayne because Derek just I'm more of a like a my head just goes places. So I'm like, yeah, man. You know,
Doing the air drumming and shit.
yeah.
I like to play.
While he's air basing.
I like to play.
I like to play.
All right, number 8. I don't know if you're a gamer or not, video games or anything like that. This one is from Fallout 3. Would you be the lone wanderer or dog meat?
I am not as big of a gamer, though it's funny because I do a podcast also called Almost Accurate with a buddy of mine named Jay.
Oh my god, this
Bump
whole
that
interview is just you.
Plug
You just wanted to do this so you could plug your own podcast. You don't even want to talk about your band. This all led up to this, didn't it?
This is all it was about, man.
This is all it's about.
Hour-long ad? We've been part of an hour-long ad? Jesus Christ.
I mean, technically it is an hour-long ad for the band, but anyway, sorry.
Yeah.
You're
But not for the thing that we wanted it to be for?
Yeah, I mean, whoever is Claptrap in that, you know, I guess
game!
dog meat.
Wrong
Right, no,
game!
it's wrong game. But I'm gonna go with dog meat. I will be dog meat.
Do you even know who dog meat is?
I have no idea.
Dog meat is the dog.
Yeah, I would be the dog. I'm loyal.
Dude,
Look at me.
There you go.
Also, sad news: the dog who dog meat was
Oh, I've
based
seen
off
that.
of died recently.
Yeah, I seen that. They did it. Me and my wife, she's like domesticated me, so we're like watching Extra and ET and shit like that, and they're like, "Oh, the dog who portrayed this animal, that dog died."
Yeah.
And then they were like, did like a whole thing for it. Like,
I actually got when I
21 Guns to Boot.
so I don't know if you listened to the last podcast on the left, but Henry calls Marcus dog meat, and I sent Marcus the article telling him that dog meat died. I didn't get a response. No one cared.
Well, you better tell those people. I think that I hit up the last podcast on the left, and I don't think they've hit us back yet.
No.
Yeah.
I'm gonna drop your name. I'm gonna be like, hey Dave
what the
said,
fuck?
hit you up.
They don't. I mean, you should.
Like,
Are
God
you
damn it, Dave.
gonna rebuttal? Like, it'll just be like, they drop references to last podcast on the left in parentheses, and it'll just be like Camel City Blackouts, and then like send it to them.
All right.
Yeah, that's perfect.
We're
That's
only
perfect.
here-
Can we somehow fit that in there.
Hey, real kings boost each other up. That's what we're doing here, right?
That's all it is. So all right, number
Did you,
9.
did you just do a juggalo whoop whoop?
Oh God.
Oh god, speaking of whoop whoop, so we were watching this Korean drama that my wife was watching, and
The Korean dramas, man.
She said-
I think of like Korean soap operas.
it is
No, just dramas. Yeah.
the woman in the show said good luck, and it was whoop whoop. Like full, like I swear to God, whoop whoop is. Hey, are we on Four Glass Ryan right now? Four Drink Ryan. All right, so Four
We're
Drink.
on Four Glass.
Four Drink.
Frederick Ryan has what, 2 questions left?
Yeah, Four Drink Ryan. Number 9,
Oh.
Doc Brown or Marty McFly.
Oh. Well, I mean, we're both similar in age, so that kind of makes it a little difficult. But I mean,
For which one, Doc
who
Brown
wants
or
to hop
Marty
in the
McFly?
DeLorean? I feel like I would be more. So Derek's a little more reserved than me, so I'm gonna say I'm Doc Brown, and he could be Marty McFly. I think once we got to somewhere, then
Wait,
Derek
hold on.
would
He's
be
more reserved than you, so he's Marty McFly.
Marty. No, Marty's actually reserved in that movie. What are you talking about? You're
I
not
just,
at Doc Brown.
yeah, let's get in the
Doc
car.
Brown is
Let's
his head's in
fucking
the
do
fucking
this. And
clouds.
Marty McFly's like, hey, yo,
All right.
bitch, I ain't doing this unless I can
Just
play
like,
Chuck
he's-
Berry.
Why
Yeah,
are
like,
both of
that's
you
him.
yelling at me? I'm sorry.
Because we can.
It's heavy, man.
All right.
It's heavy.
All right, you ready for number 10? You ready for number 10?
I don't even know. I got a boner and I don't even know.
All right, so
Well, then we know.
number 10. This is for all all the marbles. Are you Doug or Skeeter?
Well, I skeet a lot. Is that the answer you're looking for?
I dug a lot of graves.
Hey, there it is.
Hey, yeah. I was looking for one.
I would say that I am Doug because Derek also has dogs, but I have a dog. And
Is his name Pork Chop?
Actually, no. His dog's name's Izzy, and my dog's name's Oliver. But I would say that I'm Doug because I write songs about girls. I'm married, right? But I still write songs about like old unrequited love or stuff like that. And Derek does not write the songs. So I'm going to say that I am Doug, and he is my hype man, Skeeter.
You're the passionate one.
All right.
Yeah, I will look him in the eyes during love. I will kiss him straight on the mouth.
First of all,
Scratch on the mouth.
I'm happy you found your patty.
If you break eye contact, that's when it's gay. That's all it means.
Yeah, no, we're full on gay. So we've. I'm gonna post a picture eventually, but there's a picture of us touching our fingertips, and
I'm glad you said fingertips.
Call it docking.
I love it.
I'll tag you guys in it.
All right, so that's all we got for you, man. I'm super stoked that you came on the show. We're an hour 15 into this, and this episode's gonna be long as fuck because I'm not editing any of this out.
Long as fuck.
I appreciate you coming on. Do you have anything you want to plug before we end this call?
He already did it. He already plugged all of his fucking other bands, his other podcasts.
Well, no, do it again in a cohesive manner.
Man.
Do it in a cohesive manner so the listeners can understand.
So in Greensboro, we will be playing a show in September with a rent a drummer. I don't know if that's the correct term, but
no, that's the correct term.
Yeah, playing for us. I'm actually really excited about that because I think that a lot of people will show out just to see us for the first time since we released all the last 2 EPs this year.
That fucking rip.
We are working on another EP. I'm actually writing other songs for that. We're hoping to release that by the end of this year or the beginning of next year.
That was one of my questions that I had on the back burner. I was going to say...
you should have said it! God damn it!
It doesn't matter because now you're talking about it right now.
Right. So you answered my unasked question. I was like, you've been so fucking busy and doing shit. I was going to say, are we going to get something before the end of this year? And the answer is yes.
Well, it's hopefully. It could be the end of this year or beginning of next year.
Don't put words in his goddamn mouth. Let the man speak. All right.
No. So our goal was this year is to push as much as we could. As soon as I heard like another night on 13, that's when I was like, hey, let's push the rest of this year. After this year, we'll see what happens. We're going to be doing videos for all 3 releases of our on our new album, like we did on our last EP.
The Another Night video is fucking awesome.
Yeah. So we're going to be doing that. Derek actually records all those videos. He's a cameraman. He's good at what he does. So we'll be doing that, and I think we're going to be releasing that at sometime end of August. So we'll do that, and then hopefully we can just get back out there and find a drummer. And I've had some people hit us up just while we've been on this podcast. So we'll see what happens.
Fucking rock stars over here. Got people hitting you up during the podcast. Hey.
But I do appreciate you guys keeping us, including us, and in our last EP, even mentioning us so I could write Fat Mike. Fat Mike, we're waiting, we're willing. And, even Epitaph, hey, what's up? They just signed the Muslims who
Bold
were
of you to
banned.
assume that anyone from Epitaph listens to this podcast.
You never know. You miss 99% of the shots you don't take. Wayne Gretzky.
Michael Scott. There we go.
So that's kind of what we're doing. I think our main goal is to probably get signed.
To blow up and act like you don't know nobody?
Well, no, we'll still act like we know people. We don't take egos anywhere.
You're gonna blow up and forget that you even talked to us.
No, I will know you guys, and I'll be like, oh, yeah, Dave and Mike, what's up, players? What's up, Bird Cloud fan?
It's always that, and I don't know if he makes his name that or if he.
Are you familiar with bird cloud? Bird
I
cloud
know about a cloud and I know about a bird.
Bird cloud is
I know about them
fucking
together. Yeah.
All right, we're ending this episode. Ryan,
check out bird cloud. I think they're actually neighbors of yours.
Oh, are they? Oh,
Yeah, no, they're from the south. I'm not sure if it's
they're from the south.
North Carolina or South Carolina. What, am I wrong?
I don't know. I just when it was like
West
they're from
Carolina,
the south,
that's
I'm like
fine.
that encompasses a lot of things.
Well, the east. When I say that, I'm usually meaning like the East Coast
South.
like,
yeah,
repertoire.
Okay.
When I say the South, it's
above
always
Florida and below Virginia. That
when I say South, I always think East Coast, and then it's always like maybe like 4 states, like
right,
like a bundle together.
Right.
All right. On that note, Ryan, thank you for joining us. I really appreciate you coming on. This was a blast. I apologize to the listeners who've had to hear this fucking drunk nonsense, but
that's just us.
Yeah, no, it was good talking to you. So I appreciate you coming on.
Hey, samesies. Thank you guys. And I feel like if you guys lived here, we'd be like friends. So
it'd be all. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure that would probably happen.
We'd be just idiots together.
Yeah, if you
guys ever come to North Carolina, come be idiots with us.
Well, if your band ever makes it up to Philly or Connecticut or anywhere in between Philly and New Hampshire, I'm sure Mike and I can make it up there.
Yeah, we can watch Korean dramas.
Oh,
let's do it.
Amazing.
That sounds amazing.
Amazing. All right, man. Thank you so much.
Hey,
thank you, Ryan.
Guys. Talk to you later.
See ya.
Bye.
I love that outro.
What a magical space of time and conversation. Oh my God, that was absolutely everything I could hope
Right?
for.
Who knew that would have been so much fun? Well, thank you so much for listening, and thank you to Ryan for being our guest today. This is a super long episode, and I sincerely apologize for the length of it. It went on way too long, but hey, when good conversation happens, it happens. All right.
Yeah, and we're not editing shit. We're not editing anything.
Well, you have to edit out the part where I had to go pee, and then where there was a weird glitch, and then. But besides that, it is mostly unedited.
Yeah, this is raw content.
It's raw. We're raw dogging this content. This content is raw dogging. As I'm looking at my dog, his penis isn't fully out, but it's kind of there. Anyways, thank you so much for listening. We do have merch available if you want to check it out. There's links in our bio. There's also our Buy Me a Coffee page, which I did plug in the interview with Ryan because shameless plugging is one of the best things that I'm good at. One of the best things I'm good at. Fuck, dude.
Absolutely. I think Ryan got in on that too.
I'm also pretty sure that 4 drink Ryan is also the same as 5 to 6 beer deep David, and also whatever your number is at.
That's undisclosed information.
I'm sorry, I can't focus because my wife is just shaking my dog in front of my face right now, and this is I don't know what's happening.
We need to go. We need to be done.
We got to end this show.
That's it.
Let's see what else have we got. Finally announced, the last release for Bitter Hearts Records is gonna be the reissue of Backstabbers Incorporated Kamikaze
Missions. Holy fucking shit. What a fucking record. And that's going to be like, if you haven't heard this, anybody who's listening, fucking listen to it. I don't think it's available anywhere, but like probably like YouTube
Bandcamp.
right now.
Bandcamp.
Oh yeah, go to their Bandcamp and like fucking just rail through that shit because it is a fucking epic thrash like
hardcore grind, cross punk.
Like yeah, it's if you're into anything fucking heavy, it checks every single fucking box.
Exactly.
So go check out Kamikaze Missions from Backstabbers Incorporated.
And
you're gonna fucking lose your shit, and then you're gonna hop onto the Bitter Hearts page and buy the fucking cassette because it's dumb as shit.
It'll be available on 100 copies made. That's it. That's the last of it. It'll be available on 50 clear purple and 50 clear red to match the aesthetic of the artwork. We also have the original artist redoing the artwork from the album to fit the cassette, and I'm super stoked about it. Bitter Hearts, fucking Backstabbers Incorporated has been one of my favorite bands for as long as I can even remember. So to do this, especially, what is it, almost close to 15, 16 years after the original release, is fucking beyond me. So if you're a fan of Backstabbers and you want to get this, just wait until we get the pre-orders up, because getting it done is going to be based mostly on these pre-orders. So please order this fucking record. But besides that, I got nothing going on. I do got a new podcast called Pop Punk Worldwide. It's very bad. Holy shit. Hold on. Jimmy Duke is calling me.
Jimmy Duke is calling
Jimmy
you?
Duke, hold on. We got to pause this recording real quick. Hold on. All right, it was nothing. So on that note, let's end the episode. Thank you for listening. Go check out Camel City Blackouts. That is all. Mike, you got anything to add?
Nope, that is it. Check out Camel City Blackouts, and we'll see y'all later. We're going to be doing a couple more interviews coming up. We have some lined up, so fucking stay tuned. It's going to be fucking awesome to talk to people who are actually doing the shit. So let's get into it.
All right, wash your hands, get vaccinated so we can go to shows again.